Hey guys, and welcome back to Ultras 11. I'm Joe.
And I'm Alex.
So before we actually get started on anything, remember,
so nice there.
I know I was trying to be professional. I'm trying to change everything, new beginnings,
Continue.
I turned 28,
beautiful.
whatever. Okay. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, sorry. Before we get started,
Okay.
please, for the love of God, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Favorite us on Spotify. Leave a comment. Put your alerts on, man. Like it's kind of annoying, but whatever.
But hey,
at
least you guys will never miss an episode.
Yeah,
Get your alerts
like
on.
we're not gonna call you guys fans because you guys aren't fans. We're just dudes being guys. So you could be dudes and guys with us. Leave a comment. We'll
That's
talk
true.
shop. We love debates. We don't take anything personally, especially
Joe
me.
will debate you on anything. So.
I will. I'll probably get mad at you, but that's where Al comes in and says, "Joe, stop being an idiot." So just heading right into this, Chelsea sucks. Respectfully, not
really
respectfully.
jumping right into it.
Yeah. I forget transitions today. No, I'm kidding. Chelsea actually doesn't suck. They're better than a lot of teams, but they're just not playing like that right now.
They're playing the best right now.
They're not playing like Chelsea. They're probably coming off one of their worst starts ever. Only winning 1 out of 5 of their first games in the Premier League. The fans, they're beginning to turn.
Now they thought they were going to start.
Yeah, after dropping 1 point, how many, Bill? I don't know. But to get things going, some of the fans actually booed the Chelsea players off the field after their recent loss to Aston Villa. So, Al, are you surprised by the boos? Like, take into consideration, though, before you answer this, last year, Frank Lampard was at the helm, and he lost every game.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not booed once.
Yep.
So are you a little bit surprised that, they got off to a little bit like this rough start, and they're booing him now?
There's nothing to be surprised about, Joe's. It's a team where I get it, Chelsea fans, they have this high expectation because I feel like they just come out of nowhere and they just randomly just start winning. They'll win a couple of trophies and then they just go like downhill and they start struggling for a little bit. And it's the same thing with them every time. Every couple of years they kind of get reborn. And after spending this money this summer, you bring in the guys you brought. And you know what? I get it with injuries. I 100% fully get that because I've been through that and I've seen my team players just dropping and it sucks. But when you're a team like that and you're a big team, I always say this, you have to find a way. That's why you have depth. That's why you make the signings you make in the summer or in January to have that depth, to have that, just in case, this guy goes down, we have this guy coming in and you know what? He's just as good. He can replace him perfectly. You look at a team like City, they have that. Someone drops out, they got someone that's equal value or even better than them on the bench.
Okay.
So that's what I feel like Chelsea's missing. And you from the beginning, man, every game you see them, and it's not an excuse. They cannot fucking score.
Yeah.
They went all in on Jackson, thought he was the guy. He can't do it. So you have this team now with all this expectation because of the money spent on them. Of course, fans are going to be pissed about it.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to turn on the team. Like, you're only going to give a team, especially like that, like a high up, a big name team, Chelsea, they're a big dog, only a couple of chances before you're going to start saying, okay, fuck, like, how much longer are we going to go through this? Yeah. And the fans are going to try to, make their voice heard that maybe, they can make a change and make management actually listen to them and say, okay, you know what? Something needs to be done because this isn't working. Whatever we're doing right now and had been doing since Abramovich left, it's not working. Nothing's figuring itself out. We got to change this. And I feel like that's the biggest issue. And that's where the fans now are saying, okay, fuck this. Dude, you how many times have you seen the group Rosati? That he's not watching soccer anymore. He doesn't like, dude, I get it, man. No.
He says the sport, not his
the
team,
sport,
not anything else. The sport sucks.
But I get where he's coming from because, man, like, you see your team and like you have this expectation, especially when, okay, you went to the stuff last year, like early on, they saw how bad it was going. Yeah. They wrote that season off. They're like, hey, you know what? This season's done. Now Lampard's coming in. Let's just get through the season, finish wherever we finish, start fresh next year. There has been no change and I get, projects take time and, you got to see how the manager does, but he's been given more than enough time, a full summer, preseason, and then the start of the season. And you still don't see the idea. You still don't see what Chelsea's trying and like what the end goal is, like what they're going for. It's not working. So clearly something you got to change. You got to adjust.
I like the little snap you did there. I'm not gonna lie, like a
that,
little
you like
applause. I don't know. Like my thing is, obviously, yes, I 100% understand where the boos are coming from because again, you're coming from a winning team. You know what I mean? Like with Roman Abramovich, it was more of like, let's win at all costs. Let's win. But in saying that, I feel like I am a little bit surprised by the boos, given the fact that it's the 5th game of the season. I get it. You had some favorable results. You should have maybe beaten Nottingham Forest. You know, you beat Luton Town.
You have to say, Joe, their only win is against Luton Town.
Yes. I agree. But it comes down to like more of like for me, I feel like the fans don't feel the connection they once did.
Mm-hmm.
I think that to me is one of the biggest things because like, you know, under the Abramovich era, it was very, very cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know, like if they weren't performing, all right, you're done. See you later. I don't give a fuck what money we're going to lose here. You're coming in. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was very cutthroat. And I feel like the fans almost got accustomed to that. And I feel like with an American owner, it's like a difference in ownership. I feel like they try to build a dynasty. You know, look at American sports in general. Look at all their owners, Americans, obviously. And they try to build a dynasty. They don't try to build a one-off, we're fucking amazing, and then we're dead.
Yeah.
So I have my next question for you is, do you personally feel like there's a difference in ownership between Abramovich and Todd Bowley, the way they go about the transfer market, strategies with coaches, strategies with even running the club as a
Joe, without even
money
like letting you
thing.
finish talking, 100% there's a difference, man. Like you see it with Abramovich when he was there. Like they're both, okay, we want to win now. You know, we'll spend the money. But Abramovich, he had, you know, whatever knowledge he didn't have, he made sure he had the people and he hired the people to be there to help him out to make those right moves. He always signed guys, didn't care how much it costed him, but signed guys that would make the difference, help them to win now, and were actually players that fit Chelsea and the play style for whatever coach that he brought in.
I think sorry to cut you off here, but I actually think one of the biggest problems with Chelsea is it's not even their owner, because I think the ownership is obviously showing that like they're going to invest the money, they're going to drop stocks.
That's
you know,
not
like,
the issue.
Bowley's not afraid to show that. I think it's who they have in the background. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Like losing Peter Cech and Marina.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest loss of the Abramovich era.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, like you see people like that, those are serial winners. If you have a club of, you know, businessmen, they're just going to look to flip. They're going to look to make profits, money, this, that, whatever.
And they don't know anything about the sport.
Yeah. Whereas, Peter Cech and Marina, those were serial winners.
Yeah.
They were there through all of it. Cech was a player. Cech hopped on the staff, you know, like serial winner. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think Bowley kind of lost the plot. He didn't really appoint anyone to be like those guys. You know what I mean? Like who
or
they
the
really
right,
have
or the
now.
right people that to be appointed. Like he just, and going back to what I was saying, with Abramovich, you saw that. With Bowley, it's like you see the money is there. He's not scared to spend the money. Like that's not an issue. You know, with some teams, they're going to spend money, and then they don't spend the money that they said they were going to. You know, Milan from before when they had those Mr. X investors,
Young Hong Lee.
Yeah, it's those ones there are like the ones that just don't make sense and are stupid. He's clearly not that guy. He's willing to spend the money, but it's like I don't know if it's his ego or what it is that he wants to be that guy to like sign the guys and you know make the fans, oh, you guys want that? No problem, I'll get this guy here. But if that guy doesn't fit the team or he's just not good enough and he's hyped up, why are you going for him? Mm-hmm. Like I'm sorry, Caicedo, for whatever he is, you know, he could be great in a couple of years and you know really you know shut these haters up like that have been you know going at him at the beginning. But I'm sorry, man, you this whole thing dragged on. Brighton had Chelsea by the balls this whole time. Literally to do whatever they want, and Chelsea caved, and they were like, "Yeah, okay, you want this?" And they were like, "Oh fuck, that was kind of easy." Okay, you know what? Now we want 100 mil,
dude. It's actually kind of crazy.
Okay, you don't want 110, and they had them the whole time in the palm of their hand, and Chelsea gave in. I'm sorry, you want to flex right there. They start playing that game. Okay, you know what? Fuck you. We move on. Because I'm sorry, he's not worth that money. Yeah, they're just trying to see how much money they can get out of you, and then I'm sure they're going to be happy. They just made 120 mil. So
what you're trying to say to me is Brighton is essentially Chelsea's abusive stepfather.
Yes,
because that's all I'm gathering here.
Big time, man.
They're saying, "Hey, buddy, I'm banging your mom."
But that's what I mean. And when you're doing that with a guy like Bowley, who has the money and doesn't know the sport very well, doesn't have the people there to be like, "Hey, no, don't. This is not the right move. You know what? He's a great player, but we can find someone else that fits." Simple. That's what normal. He just no. He wants to flex and be like, no. I don't give a fuck how much it is. I'm getting that guy.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm getting that guy.
Yeah,
I want him. I'm getting him. That's what he is. He's never heard the word no. So whatever he wants, he gets.
Again, spoiled rich guy.
Yes.
Spoiled rich stepson.
And that's where you see the difference in management. Can that change down the line? Yes, if he gives in, hires the right people, and it says, okay, you know what, I got to completely change because this is not working. And fans are going to start going at him, man. I'm sorry. Maybe not so much Poch's fault. It's more on Boley. Like he's that guy, man. He's got to change something.
So before I get to my next little statement, question I have for you. I have a question before that. With Boley, well, with anyone in general, you always feel like there's sort of like a clear direction people are going in, a project of sorts, like we mentioned before. Usually the whole narrative is if you're kind of cornering the market on youngsters, your idea is that you're going to flip these youngsters or you're building something for the future.
Yeah.
But do you actually think that's Boley's game plan? Do you think he's trying to build for the future, or do you think he's trying to look at profits? Do you think he just kind of said, you're worth something, let me buy you?
Want to hear my real answer of what I actually think he does?
Yeah.
I think he goes on transfermarket.com. He looks at players with, just a high value at that time. And because look at all the signings he makes. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not, like, again, not to be biased.
Yeah.
But sit here and tell me right now, Vlahovic is not better than Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson's better.
Right now on that team, Vlahovic would already have 3 times the amount of goals that Nicholas Jackson has.
Yeah. Yeah,
at this time, right?
At this time, right? As much as I hate to admit to Juve fan,
I'm not saying like full potential wise. Nicholas Jackson could be, they're calling this guy the next Drogba. He can be phenomenal in a couple of years. I'm saying for right now, and especially Chelsea, they were turning him away. No, he's not worth 40 mil. I'm sorry. Maybe he's not going to be he's not a generational striker.
Yeah.
But he's still a striker he's going to get you 15, 20 goals if he's healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you turning that away and going, no, we're going to go, because again, they had that in their head. They saw the hype around them. Other teams wanted him. They're like, no, we're going for him. That's what they look at, man. Arsenal's interested in this guy. Okay, no, we got to go for him. We got to get there before Mudryk.
Yeah,
100 mil for Mudryk. You're telling me that's worth it?
That was fucked.
That was literally, Joe, tell me that wasn't. That was literally an Inter move. Yeah. That was literally like, fuck, they're going for him? Okay, no, we got to spend more. We got to get him. Okay, we'll give you 105 mil.
Mudryk actually kind of looks like Ellen DeGeneres. I just want to come on and say that. But
like everyone keeps saying, oh, no, this is the game that he goes, no, this is Mudryk's game.
Yeah, he's going to burn that.
I keep seeing it on Twitter. Don't see the game, though. Haven't seen the game.
Didn't Rowe also say in the group chat that Mudryk was going to cook Di Lorenzo in the Ukraine versus Italy friendly? And what ended up happening?
I think he was more just sarcastic about that because he played so bad against West Ham that weekend. So he's like, we got to watch out for Ukraine Bolt.
Ukrainian
Bolt.
So we touched upon this a little bit. You mentioned it about Pochettino, whatever. So I'm going to ask you so we could talk about for a little bit. Should Pochettino start to be questioned for his decisions, whether he's making the mistakes? There's a lot of narratives arising about him, like he can't coach big teams. He was successful at Southampton, successful at Tottenham, PSG. Like, okay, he won trophies, but he didn't really take them anywhere, and now he's here. You can also see
Chelsea. PSG as like a very toxic team.
Yeah,
like very
PSG. I was just mentioning them just because they're deemed the top team,
and he was there
by I don't know who. Fucking clowns make them a fucking top team, but they're not a top team. Anyways, sorry. Should he be questioned, Pochettino?
No, and that's what I was saying before. How Boley should be the one getting all the heat right now because at the end of the day, okay, you know what? Has Poch maybe made a couple mistakes, maybe with the team? You can argue yes and no because look at the guys they have available. A lot of their, big guys or the guys who would be starters, not available. So he's kind of got to go with what's available to him.
Yeah.
And if, Boley didn't set him up properly to have those guys just in case this happened, like the top guy that they're relying on in Nkunku, him coming in, being that guy, gets hurt in preseason. You're not gonna, you can't plan for that. But when you're a big team, you got to have something. You got to have some sort of backup plan that, just in case, hey, this guy goes down or we lose this guy for a season with an ACL injury, we got to have somebody there just in case. Yeah. And you saw that they didn't do that for Poch. And I wouldn't say that, man, I'd still give Poch time. Yeah, okay, he's had a full preseason and everything to get these guys going. But it also comes down to not having the right guys for him or available and just him kind of working with what they got. I would if you're going to start talking, to sack him, I would say you got to at least give him to the winter break, like that, like around like just for like. I'd give him until then, man. Unless it's like really like he still doesn't have a win and we get to like November, then okay, you got to do some.
See, that's where it gets tough.
It's always the easy way out.
That's where it gets tough because like if you look at Chelsea's fixture list from October 21st to December 6th, it's not that easy.
Oh no, I know.
You know, like Aston Villa and Fulham were technically supposed to be winnable games. Yeah. Given their fixture list,
easier games.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting Aston Villa, especially their market's been great. Whatever, Fulham, you guys suck. You lost Mitrovic, whatever. But you know, like their fixtures are as follows: they play Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, and United, all in that order. Those are not by any means an easy game.
It's not going to be easier for Poch. Like he's going to be stressed, man. He might lose his hair.
Yeah,
by the end. He might look like Pep by the end of it.
That's my thing that I worry about for him because I do like Poch. I love his outlook, his optimism. You know, fucking guy talked about lemons in a press conference. Like, I love that because like he shows like just that tranquility you need, and I feel like that's good in the dressing room. But
I don't like him, but I still wouldn't say that. You know, getting rid of him is
that's the thing. Like my thing is, I feel like you shouldn't be worrying about Poch. You should be worrying about other things. That's technically, what I mean. But in saying that, I would also be panicking a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm gonna ask you here. Do you think Chelsea should be panicking, or is it too early? Keep into consideration
what they're
the fixture list,
and who they have
coming up. Okay, and you know, Nico Jackson only scoring 1 goal after an XG of 4.7.
Yeah,
poor thing.
Exactly.
It's the players.
It's the players.
It's the players, not Poch.
That's what I mean. And there's like only so much you can do to get through to these guys. Like they're getting paid millions. As a coach, like you have to be able to, you know, especially with your bigger star players, get through to them and try to get the best out of them. But like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's time to panic yet, but they definitely have to like do, you know, like a I don't know if maybe like a retreat kind of thing. Like I know
soul searching.
Like a teams like I know a lot of teams in Italy, like when they go like on like a 3-game losing streak, they're like, hey, we're going we're going on a retreat, guys. We're staying over here.
When you see that tweet,
but it
that
works,
your
man.
team has
a
gone
lot of
into
times
Italy,
it works.
I don't know.
Dude. I've seen it happen to Roma before, and they came out good.
That's how you know you've hit in like rock bottom.
But Joe, you have to that's where you have to be the bigger guy and be like, you know what, we accept responsibility. We have to do this now. We have to do this because we're not together right now. We're not playing like a team. We got to focus. We got to wake up, and we got to fucking do better.
Yeah.
And I think maybe like it might get to that point, but there's a lot more steps, I think, until you have to be like, okay, now I'm panicking. I'm gonna lose my job.
Oh, I'm panicking now. I'm gonna lose my job.
There's gonna be I don't know. I still give him some time, but like let me ask you a question. Let's say they do get rid of Poch right now.
Nah, no one.
Who do you put in there that's gonna give you more success than Poch in those games? I'm not saying Poch gonna have success in those games. I'm just saying a better chance.
Literally, I will say nobody. The only 2 people I could maybe consider. Like maybe, and that's because like the only reason why I'd consider is because like they're not known for direct results, but like I don't know, like fuck. I would probably say
that's available right now.
Conte. But do they really want to re-employ Conte, given the shit he said, done, whatever?
I mean,
I don't know.
He's available, and you know that he'll get through to the guys. He'll wake them up, and
but I don't know. I feel like Conte. I think he's a great coach. I just think he's a short-term fix. Fuck that guy.
He is.
Respectfully, you bald fraud. For me, I would have also said Julian Nagelsmann, but he was just snapped up by Germany.
Yeah.
And we talked about that last week, actually. We mentioned that he should be observed. Through knowledge. But I actually don't think I don't think anybody could take that job. You know what? Like I know it sounds,
but that's really, that's what I'm telling you.
Based off who's available, based off no one good whatever.
Is available. That's going to be better than Poch.
It's crazy. It's crazy though because I could see a guy like fucking Todd Bowley just throwing money at someone, and that's what I'm afraid for Chelsea. No, when I say throw money, I mean like even a guy that is currently employed, saying "fuck you," come here, 20 mil. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I see Bowley doing something like that, and that's not the right play either. I think Poch loves a struggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know it sounds weird. I think he loves a project that he knows is going to be long term because that's where he thrives.
But if they're going to keep him long term.
And that's the $1 million thing that scares me. And it's tough because I do think Poch is a decent coach. I don't think he's the best coach. I do think he's a decent coach that he could provide a great foundation for Chelsea. You know, like it's
a
Willie, I don't know. We won't find out until later.
Honestly, tell me you cannot see this happening.
I disagree already.
Bowley fires Poch. Bowley takes over as interim coach.
So you're saying that he's gonna he's gonna pull a Ralph Ragnick.
He's gonna play a 4-4-3.
Dude, he's gonna play with a center. He's gonna say, "Oh yeah, we have a center here and a right winger."
That's what he said he's gonna play. He's like, yeah, we'll play a 4-4-3.
Yeah, no. See, I can't see that actually. As much as I love to bang, I don't think I can see that because then he'd actually be the laughing stock, and he should just forfeit the club to like the Bank of America or something like that. Switching topics. Sorry, cutting this out. We ran out of a little bit of time. We kind of overdid the Chelsea talk.
Fired up by Poch.
Yeah, great guy. Poor thing. Loves his lemons. The North London Derby happened this weekend. Tottenham versus Arsenal, and ended up a draw. But it kind of feels like the scoreline didn't really justify what actually happened in the game. I don't know if anyone watched it. I assume most people did because it was a big game. Spurs are actually becoming a team a lot of people like to talk about. They are, Al hates them. I don't know why, man. I love Rafael van der Vaart for his time at the Spurs. Spurs are actually undefeated with City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. So kind of all even playing field. They lost Kane, didn't necessarily replace him either. Kept Richarlison, the pigeon. Yeah, great. Yeah. Stop. Kind of look like you're having a stroke, poor thing. But yeah, you know, they got a couple crazy guys. Vicario, our king, he went there. Pretty crazy goalie. Way better than Loris. Yeah, see what happens when you get the Italians in there. Anyways.
Past the Italians, man.
One of their biggest signings, though, was the kangaroo fighting man himself. Fucking Big Ange Postecoglou. Postecoglou.
That's a tongue twister.
It is actually. Somebody commented on one of our videos saying that's what Big Ange does. My dad's name is Ange, and a lot of people call my dad Big Ange, even though he's a midget and whatever. So when I got that comment, I was just like, "Why are they talking about my dad?
My dad's a coach?"
Like, wait, my dad's gonna coach England? Like, what? Stop. Anyway, sorry, sidetracked.
But now it makes sense why Big Ange is doing so well. It's because same name.
He's my dad.
Same name as Big Ange.
He might be my dad.
That's crazy, man. Maybe he coached Kleinberg back in the day.
A fat Greek Australian.
From Kleinberg to Tottenham.
From rags to riches. You really love to see it. Anyways, I gotta talk about the glory days, you know what I mean?
This turned into like a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, dude. I used to keep Al in my back pocket, dude.
Okay, Joe.
Just block his shots. Anyways.
Covered 3 guys on me back in the day.
Yeah, okay. It was just me alone.
I still scored.
All 5'1" of me covered fucking
We're not getting into the glory. We're not getting into the glory days. We're talking about Big Ange here, Joe. Not your dad.
So my dad, I'm kidding. What kind of progress, Al, have the Spurs made under fucking Big Ange?
Nothing. They're still shit. Still have no trophies.
Come on.
No. All seriousness.
Come on.
I don't like them, but I mean, I have to say, this season they are looking like a rejuvenated team. Ben, what? What are you laughing at me? What are you laughing for? I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Continue, man. You're getting sidetracked.
Kulisevsky's looking good. Richarlison, I mean, I hate him, but I like his little dance.
Yeah, it's kind of sick.
But I
throat goat.
I think this is what they needed. They needed Kane to leave. And as much how good Kane is, it was just, man, they haven't won a trophy. He's been that guy for how long? He's been their main guy, their captain, this, that. He's still a phenomenal player, but you gotta change it up like that. Sometimes you need to blow it up like that and kind of have these guys, hey, someone needs to be that new star now. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna step up? Yeah. And have people fighting for that. And that's what this team looks like. It's a completely different team. For as much as I hate them, they're playing very well now. Will the history of Tottenham still come out? Only time will tell.
I was waiting for that.
The history of the Tottenham.
Hey, a little smug smirk on him.
Only time will tell, Joe.
No, it is true.
It's been a thing, so we're not going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, no, they're going to win. They never do.
No, it is true. There is kind of like a like a whole cloud that looms over Tottenham all the time. You know, they get off to a great start just to see them fall.
Mhm.
You know, it's a constant trend. That's why Chiellini and every Juve fan will always say it's the history of the Tottenham. But for me, I actually think for once, Daniel Levy actually, or Levi, whatever you want to call him, finally signed the correct players. You know, they addressed problems that like needed to be addressed.
Yeah.
You know, like constantly you would see them buy strikers when they had Harry Kane. You know, like last year buying Richarlison, respectfully, now it's paying dividends because you need the depth. But why would you get Richarlison when you had Kane, Son, and whatever?
Yeah.
You know, years before that, they would get other guys. It's just like, why?
Because Tottenham, man.
But that's what I mean. This
stupid.
year, they finally realized, hey, wait, we have a problem on defense.
Yeah.
We actually have no wing backs that are good. And our center backs, besides Romero, are shite. Let's get somebody.
You also
good.
can't look too much into it because also like the guy that plays on Tottenham now was on Udinese last year.
Yeah,
and
great
they were
player.
Like, I know, he's phenomenal. I love him. I wish we signed them, but we didn't.
For real. Destiny
Juve and the Magpies, but we both missed out. But just like Udinese, 6-0 last year on top of the table, just like Tottenham.
Okay, well,
basically,
a left back can't control a whole fucking game.
Nothing to do with the left back. I'm just saying that he plays on that.
Man.
I'm trying to link the two teams, Joe.
So you're saying Udinese is like the Spurs?
Yeah, same level of team.
Zero relevance.
Same level team. Mid-table team. Always in the league, but never the winners. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
You can't compare the two. Though.
They're the exact same.
No, they're
team.
not.
Yes, they are.
One competes for Europe. The other one avoids relegation.
Sorry, hold on. Let me. Competes for Europe?
Well, they try to get into Europe, Spurs.
What do they do in Europe?
I'm not saying they do well. I'm saying they
do
try to get
nothing.
It. I'm not saying they do well. I'm
so
saying
they do nothing. It's the Spurs.
More
He's
recent,
City of the Tottenham.
More recent fucking final appearances than Juve.
We've lost more finals than them.
Whatever, dude.
We've lost more finals in the last 5 years.
We're talking about relevance.
And we're still more relevant. And you're trying to bring us into here. You are. I'm saying how fucking shit Tottenham is.
Anyways, speaking of...
Don't look too much into their fucking success right now.
Okay.
This team right here is going to do better than Tottenham this year. And they're not even real.
They are real. For a lot of people,
real,
they make you believe.
They are real in my heart.
You know what? We're not going to talk about this.
We got to get a belief sign up here.
I already have one at home. I drew it in arts and crafts. Yeah, I go to preschool. Switching over to the other North London side, because I'm not talking to Al about the Spurs, because Spurs.
Don't like them either, but
up the
like
Spurs.
them better than the Spurs.
Oh, wait, Arsenal you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't like Arsenal either.
I only like Arsenal, I'm not going to lie to you, because of what it used to be. You know, like, dude, the day of Cesc Fabregas, Samir Nasri, like, I love that, man.
Like any of them.
No.
Honestly, and I think that played a part. Like my brother used to bring home jerseys, and he brought home a Liverpool jersey, and then like another time brought home a Chelsea jersey. So they're both teams that weren't Arsenal, and I was like, fuck Arsenal. I'm a Chelsea fan, or I'm a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, but Thierry Henry is the greatest Premier League player ever. Ever.
Not getting into that right now, Joe.
That's a debate.
That's a debate. We'll talk about that one day. I'm not getting into that right now.
But I will say he is the best to ever play.
He's all right.
Second to Zola, actually
to ever play.
Third, because Zola and Di Canio come before him because they're Italian. No, I'm kidding. Fuck Di Canio. Anyways, Arsenal. So, you feel as if, like, for Arsenal, it was their game to lose, considering, like, they're at home. Arsenal's supposed to be, like, the only competition to City this year. So would you say that, like, Arsenal should feel as if they lost the game themselves?
Yeah.
Just yeah.
No, yeah. Dude, no, sorry, I was getting into it. I'm saying yes, like, quickly.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, 100%. They're supposed to be, you know, like you said, that team that's going up against City. They're supposed to be the rival. They're supposed to be going into these games. These games, yes, okay, against, you know, the bigger teams, the top teams. You know, they're going to be harder. You're going to have to play it a lot harder, have a certain game plan to try to go against what they're going to try to do. But when you're Arsenal, you're trying to compete. You gotta come away with these games with the 3 points.
Yeah, these are the most important.
Tying these games, like it hurts you more than anything. People are like, oh no, but it's a big team. You know what? Hey, we tied. It's okay. No. These are the games that separate you. These are the games that you need to win and keep that gap nice and close because you don't want them running away, and you also want to still be up there.
Yeah.
These are the games that you can't afford to lose, especially at home. If you're away and you tie, I would still say like being Arsenal, they should have won that game, but no, they got to win that game, man.
So you're saying Arsenal greater than Spurs?
Yeah, Arsenal greater than Spurs.
Kind of crazy, but
100%.
Do you actually think Arsenal looked impressive though that game? Like I do think hold on before you answer that. Sorry, I do want to say I think Arsenal is an impressive squad the way they play. You know, there's a lot of tactical fluidity. You see Zinchenko playing as a CDM and an attacking mid, even though he's a left back. You know, like I love that. I think it's kind of crazy. But did they look impressive against the Spurs?
See, like Joe, with me, I watch a lot more Serie A. I did watch this game, and I have been actually like following Spurs games. Spurs game. Fuck them. Arsenal games for the most part, and Arsenal play very nice football. No, I just enjoy watching them. Like they play liquid football. Like there's a fun team to watch. They're a good team to watch. This game, I'm not gonna say they played bad, but they didn't play up to their standard. Like they didn't play the way Arsenal could play, and especially like I've seen them play. Even from last year when they came up against big teams, you saw the way they went out. Like, man, they were a tough team to beat Arsenal. They were a scary team at times, and you didn't see that this game. And then that's what worries me for them going forward this season when they start coming up against those bigger teams that they should be beating. Like Arsenal should no problem. Like obviously, City's going to be a tough one for them, but they should have no problem with like Chelsea, United, Tottenham. Like those should be the games that they're winning. Yeah. No doubt about it. But they're really struggling against Tottenham. So
Arsenal or Arsenal?
Still think City's going to run away with it.
We got to figure that out afterwards. But switching topics again, we keep on extending like our welcome per se. No, because this topic, I've been like fucking. I want to get to this right now. I want to get to this right now.
A little bit intense.
Lazio sucks, and they've been struggling, and they're below Roma right now. Now
that's Joe Scudetto for the year. If you guys don't know, they're above Lazio.
No, but I know I'm gonna regret like talking ill of them because I'm superstitious in that regard.
Something so superstitious.
But Lazio sits in 15th place with 3 losses and 1 win after heavily investing in their squad. After their fucking stupid owner came out and said, "Oh, some of us like to invest the money in our team. We spent the most in Italy." Shut up! Like, grow up, dude.
And they also
they're still not better than Juve, Inter, Milan.
They like playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, not like their other team in Rome.
Yeah, but yet they get kicked out of Conference League. They get kicked out of everything. I can't wait for the fucking demise of them. I can't wait.
And I'm happy. I'm not happy because I wanted SMS, but I'm happy that he's gone and they're showing how much he fucking carried that team, man.
Good.
Immobile is sick. No, Luis Alberto's so sick, man. Nobody wanted him, but Lazio did, and he's amazing. Best player there. He's best player. Dude, that whole fucking team. Okay, you know what? They have a couple of good players like Pellegrini and like Rovella.
I knew it's gonna go back to the Juve guys. I knew it. I was gonna say like someone like Casale, Provedel.
I'm kidding. I had to go there. But even then, like they're not even playing, so that just shows you how good they are.
Yeah, dude.
This team was built around SMS and will struggle now without him because he was the biggest part of that team and the heart and soul of that team. That guy was never injured, never missed a game, was always there, and was the beating heart of that team. And that's why they fucking suck now.
Yeah, dude. I'm
they
sorry.
always suck, but like they suck more now.
I also want to come out and say that like the recent game against Monza, they were playing at home. They were occupying a beautiful stadium called the Olimpico, which wasn't sold out because you guys don't have fans. You are losers. But anyways, there was a moment of silence for like the earthquake victims. Roma's old president passed away recently, so like a moment of silence for like people you lost.
Yeah.
Simple respect thing. There was a video I saw on Twitter of the Lazio fans booing. Then after that, they started their own chants about Lazio, and it's just like, do you realize how disgusting that is? Like I'm sorry, like I know this is not football related, but like, man, like, come on, like have a little respect for people that died, for like in general, people that died. Not even the fact that it was a Roma thing or whatever. They're earthquake victims. Everybody respected. Everyone stayed quiet. Players' heads were bowed down, whatever, and your fan base is cheering and chanting like. You guys are just losers. Like, grow up. Yeah. But we're not going to harp on Lazio and how much they suck because
Joe can go all day with
I could go all day about them. They just they're just nerds.
Nerds.
On top of Lazio struggling, I hate to bring this. I'm sorry, Nick, but Napoli is struggling a little bit too.
Big time.
It sucks to say because, everybody has a soft spot for Napoli because, it's Napoli. Just, they're cute,
None of our teams, but like we all like respect them and
you can't hate Napoli.
Yeah.
Minus like some of their fan base in Italy because they're a little bit vicious.
Yes.
But besides that, it's just they're not doing well. I don't think. Sorry, I'm not gonna say what I think. I'm gonna ask you actually what you think. What do you think the problem is with Napoli right now? Why aren't they doing what they did last year?
The biggest thing with Napoli, they lost three.
Pick number 2, my lord.
number two, my lord. They lost 3 key figures in that team that was a part of last year's title win.
Yeah.
Spalletti, Kim Min-jae. You might not agree with this, but Giuntoli.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Juan Jesus.
Okay.
He's still there.
I was gonna say he's still there. Not everyone may remember to know that he's there, but he's there.
JJ Lupo. Anyways, continue.
But those 3 guys for that team were that's what made that team what it was and got that team to where it was last year.
Yeah.
They lost that and they did not replace any one of them. If he replaced Kim Min-jae, well, and he replaced Spalletti with the right coach with kind of similar ideas, and then didn't replace Giuntoli and whatever, kind of figured that one out. Okay, I don't think it would be as bad. But the fact that you lose these 3 guys that were key to that team's success, and you did not even replace them well at all, it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. And honestly, because of him and just the stupid shit he says, he's like Lolito. I hate him. I hope it bites him in the ass, and it is.
Same.
I love the team. I love Cavada. I love Oshiman. I love so many guys in that team, and I respect them. Di Lorenzo, I love him, but I hate ADL, man. Yeah. I honestly cannot stand him. And just because he's arrogant, oh, we won, and this he was like his head was like this after last season. I'm so glad this is happening.
Yeah, I think the ego trip that De Laurentiis goes on is always,
and especially when he won, buddy, he thought he was.
And that's the thing.
Shit.
I feel like Spalletti was kind of a guy that humbles him because
100%.
Spalletti, the way he's always been is like he doesn't care,
and he challenges.
He'll always kind of he'll call you out in public. He'll call you out to your face. Like that's how Spalletti is, and De Laurentiis really met his match when he assigned Spalletti that role. It paid off. Obviously, it paid off because they won their Scudetto, whatever. But replacing Spalletti with Rudy Garcia, like as a Roma fan, we had Rudy Garcia. We got off to a great start, but I mean, the rest is history. We didn't accomplish anything.
And again, how long ago was that?
Yeah, exactly.
The game changes.
It's kind of like an ancient tactic that he has, just like somebody else. First great transition of the day.
We're going to it. Sure, you love going to me, then I saw you, and you're like, no, we're done for today.
Yeah, we're running out of time actually soon. So I think we have like 10 minutes anyway. So like we gotta.
Yeah, you know what?
Juve fucked up royally. Szczesny sucks.
That's it. Too many individual mistakes. No, man. So many players this game here. Given like Miretti, I love him. I always talk so highly of him. He played bad this game. He gave a lot of easy balls away. He was like, it's like he was just, he didn't, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He didn't look like himself.
Mm-hmm.
You made, and that goes with Allegri because he made that call, we're going Miretti because he'll fit this game better instead of Fagioli. And then what? And then fucking he doesn't end up working and he plays one of his worst games.
Yeah.
Second thing, McKennie. Why are you taking him out on that wing? He was having a good game. You took him out. Gatti was getting exposed because what's that guy? Lorient?
Yeah, on the left. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's probably like Lorientiu.
Whatever.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Aurelio.
He was fucking Gatti on that side. With McKennie, like he was kind of like, he still scored a fucking banger. Like Szczesny just fucking.
No, it wasn't a banger. I'm sorry.
It was a banger. Not a banger. No, listen. It was a banger of a shot.
It wasn't a banger.
Tell me that wasn't. It was a perfect shot.
Yeah, it was a cute
dead ball.
It was a cute little knuckleball. Like it was nice, but as Szczesny chuffed it.
Oh no, that's what I was getting to.
What the heck?
That's what I was getting to. We literally. I'll give dude.
Oh.
I'll give Berardi his goal. It was. I don't know what the fuck the defense was doing, leaving that whole gap in the middle, but it was a perfectly placed goal. Couldn't do it against North Macedonia. He did it against us. It was a good goal. Other than that, 3 goals. I don't give a fuck. That was on us. We caused those goals. If it wasn't for those 3 individual errors, we were winning that game 2-1. And I'm not saying we deserve to win that game because we did not even come close to. We played a good 10 fucking minutes at the beginning while I was like, man, you know what? We're actually fucking high pressing right now. We're putting the pressure. We're taking shots. I'm like, yo, we're playing good. I'm like, you know what? We're not playing twice a week. Like, they can actually probably keep up the intensity. I'm like, this is going to be a good game.
You guys don't even have to rotate.
And then they
squad.
scored that stupid goal. And I was like, okay. We scored right after. I was like, okay, see? Don't let that fucking, you whatever. Get past the goal, move past it, score the next one. They did that. And then after, I don't know what the fuck happened, man, but with the subs at half and just the team mentality and they just gave up and just forgot how to play soccer, absolutely fucked up that game.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucked up that game.
I don't know. Like, a lot of people, like when you see the video of Gatti and his error,
That's on Szczesny.
Like don't get me wrong. This is my thing. I played center back. I will look at you and say, like, we suck with our feet. Like, it's literally a known thing. Like, obviously, we could do basics,
you do
like,
the basics, but I mean,
it's just when you get a pass like that from your goalie, or in general from anybody, you get a pass like that, bouncing, slippery surface, you're kind of misjudging it. You have 2 choices there. You could either hoof the ball up and just say, hey guys, I'm sorry, I don't want to fuck up.
Yeah.
Or you could try to make the most out of it and maintain possession. Given the state Juve was in, they needed to maintain possession. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just swing the ball up the field and say, oh yeah, he's going to latch on
right to your defender in the middle of the park while you're not in net.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying like Gatti when he was receiving the ball, he had 2 choices. Szczesny, though, who was taking the kick, if you see, first off, why are you going to take the kick? I get it. Maybe you're going to push the whole team up the field, right? Late in the game, you're losing 3-2.
Got this on the back line.
Why not, right? Instead, no, you decide to pass it to your defender, which is fine. But if you watch the video, you have a defender who is maybe 5 yards at the most right in front of him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Danilo or if it was Bremer.
I think it was Bremer.
Regardless of who it was, it doesn't matter. You could have literally just rolled the ball to him. He would have taken a touch, and he wasn't even pressured.
Yeah.
The pass he made to Gatti, literally, you saw the amount of time it took to get there. It allowed the Sassuolo player to pressure. So a defender under pressure, what's he going to do? He tried to maintain possession. Again, he's not great with his feet. Don't get me wrong.
Pass to his feet.
He is a professional soccer player. He should be doing better and actually maybe hitting somebody. But the blame isn't 100% on him. No, I am blaming Szczesny more, considering he's the more experienced player as well.
Yeah.
That
was all in Szczesny. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I think Szczesny should be dropped for next game.
And he is apparently
and sold for
I
free.
I agree with that. They're talking about extending him last week.
I think you should just
fucking get rid of him.
Pay out his contract. Get like the guy that plays.
We have Petting. We're good enough.
I was gonna say get Pinzolio to play, but
I'd rather Pinzolio, honestly.
Pinzolio is pretty crazy.
Okay, let's move on from this. Let's talk about Roma, Joe. Talk about the rebirth of fucking Zapata, Duvan.
Not my guy. Fucking bum. Apparently, the only one that was
Lukaku is off to a hot start, though.
Yeah,
for as much as you hate him.
I guess. I don't want to talk about Lukaku though. Personally,
he's doing what he's paid to.
He's scoring, I can't complain about what he's doing. His hold up play is nice. He's scoring great. I'm just scared because when you just usually see a player fall in love, I feel like he's just there for a job.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing, because I don't trust his fake antics that he's always pulled from every other club he plays on. But I don't know. There's something different in the air with Roma this year that I'm watching them, and I love Roma with everything in me. Everyone knows that already. But there's just something different about the way they're moving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when there's a reliance on players. I don't like the whole idea of, signing a guy that is injury plagued, but hey, let's rely on that injury plagued guy. I love Dybala. I think he's a fucking world beater.
When you rely on him, man, you get hurt.
You know what I mean? Renato Sanchez, you're relying on him as that box to box late run kind of guy. Great player when he's playing. I will not take that away from him. But
when is he playing?
When is he? Exactly. You know what I mean? He played 45 minutes against Empoli. He scored a goal. That shows he has good value.
Yeah.
But he only lasted 45 minutes. Fast forward, we played Sheriff on Thursday. He played 25 minutes. Subbed out. Injury. Didn't even see what he did. I guess he just pulled up. Benched against Torino because he's injured. I'm sorry, I'd rather rely on a guy that is going to stay consistent. You know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds, I shouldn't be fucking nitpicking because we're at Roma and we suck, but I've watched this team my whole life, and the one thing I've always said was, like, you look at Totti, the reason why I was able to rely on him was because he never got injured. Yeah. You know, even when he picked up a slight ankle knock, he played right away.
He played, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he had that.
He maybe missed one.
He had that one injury again when he played against Empoli. His ankle, he ended up getting like a little metal plate in his fucking ankle. Roma chuffed the season, but he wasn't even supposed to play in the 06 World Cup. He fucking played. He ended
up playing.
You know, like, those are the guys I want to rely on. Guys that want to play.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. It's the mentality going into the game was shit. The fact that, you know, we played with two of the slowest center mids in the world in Paredes and Cristante side by side. I don't know. I question Mourinho a lot.
Yeah.
And this is that year I think I'm starting to fucking, like, I love him.
Away from him.
I love him, but I don't know, man.
Not the same love you had.
Yeah. It's getting
it's the honeymoon stage.
Yeah. It's getting questionable. Like, he said against Empoli, we didn't play well. But then fast forward to Torino, where we actually played like fucking shit. He said it was a good game.
Played one of our best games.
Yeah. And I'm just there like, no. No, okay. No. Obviously, goals don't tell you the whole picture. Yeah. But in saying that, there was some sort of fluidity with Roma against Empoli. Mm-hmm. With Torino, we couldn't string two passes together. The only passes we got together was when it was like a 1-2 between Cristante, Dybala, and Lukaku. Okay.
Okay.
Other than that, you're bombing it up the field. Ndika, athletic as all fuck, but it's crazy how like I'm feeling the impact of Ibanez already. You know, like I feel like I would have had Ibanez rather covering that back post instead of Ndika. Again, Ndika has to grow into his role.
It's still a new team. It's still a new environment for him. But you gotta Ibanez, like him leaving, it's gonna be felt.
Yeah, I even think, like, you know, Mancini, everyone wants to give him slack, but that's our only consistent defender. That is our only good defender to me. Like, it sucks to say that, 'cause, you know, a lot of people will say he's not good. Yeah. And it's hard to argue it because there's certain moments I look at Mancini as well and say, yeah, he's kind of fucking shit, man. But that's all we have.
That's all you have. You're relying.
That's our
the guy
best
you're relying
defender
on. I know.
Like, it's hard to argue. And this fucking stupid fucking right back we have, Rasmus Christensen, fucking go back to Leeds. Like, he sucks, man. Everyone says he was perfect. He runs up and down the field. He's a workhorse. No, he's not. He's really not anything, man. Like, I want Rick Karsdorp back. I miss him. That Dutch fucking crazy bastard. Everyone hates him, but I love Pretty Ricky.
Oh, man, he was good
Bring
on that right
Pretty
side.
Rick back.
He was very good on that right side.
He has never completed one cross, Rick Karsdorp. But I'm okay with that.
But he's a defender.
Exactly. I don't give a shit about. I want you to run back and fight somebody with Mancini, and I will fucking twerk for you guys. I'll knee slide somewhere. I don't give a shit.
It's true. I've seen it happen.
I will shake my hands for dollar bills for Rick Karsdorp and Mancini to play alongside each other.
One thing I will say that we all kind of thought this player would be missed and a team would struggle because of the replacement, and it's not true. It's fucking Inter, man. I hate to say it. Remember when Onana left? We're like, oh, you know,
what's his name?
Onana.
I was just waiting for you to clue into my joke.
I am. I was waiting for you to say it again.
Oh, yeah.
Onana. What is my name? What is my name?
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
we all thought, you know, him leaving, like, you know, that was a big part of, you know, Inter's success last year and how he was so good with his feet and how he made the team better. He's not having the best time with United, and I mean, Inter right now, I think they only have the one goal against. That was against Milan. Yeah. Other than that, undefeated. Crazy. One goal against, like, and I'm not going to give all the credit to Sommer because he hasn't been doing that
nothing,
much.
Man.
That defense has been
crack.
I hate that I'm talking about this right now and it's coming out of my mouth, but like Inter is just they're reminding me of the dominant Juve, man. Like they just look at that team that they'll beat anybody and everybody.
I actually think
I don't know if European wise how far,
but it's okay.
But in Italy right now, like they gotta, and it goes back to Marotta, man. He's keeping this team. You know, guys leave. He's signing the right guys. He's bringing the free guys in. And this team is just, it's absolute dominant. Yeah. I honestly don't know what could happen that will kind of like you know, like what we saw happen with Inter last year or the year before, that they kind of just fucking diverted for a couple games and I went to absolute shit.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening now. I don't know what will cause that. If it's, you know, Lautaro going down and being injured for a while, I don't know if it's going to be that, but I got not much to say about them, man. Yeah. They're too like, I hope they start going like dropping points, but I don't think so, man.
No, I think actually like Inter is, man, I said it from the beginning. I learned afterwards when we look back on the episode with Al and like whatever we were talking about, like Serie A predictions, this, that, whatever. Al was very against everything Inter did. It clicked in afterwards that Al feels about Inter the way I feel about Lazio. It hurts to praise them. It hurts to like whatever. So this is actually huge that he's commending them.
Still don't. Whoa. Doesn't change my thoughts about the signings. No,
you're commending them.
Doesn't change my thoughts about the signing.
Thuram is literally cooking.
Well, he scored 2 goals against Milan. That's not cooking, Joe.
Fratesi scored, and he did.
And they're benching him.
No, you know what's sad, man?
He's going to be wasted. They're benching him.
I'm making this about Roma right now.
I love Fratesi. Yeah, stop. I love Fratesi, but dude, that guy's going to go to waste on that team, man. They have too many good stars that you're not going to bench for this guy here. But he's also very good.
I know, and it hurts because, dude,
he's not going to lie. Any team.
Okay, I don't know if you saw it. I sent it in our group chat. When Fratesi scored against Milan, he did the Totti thing.
I know, I saw.
I'm gonna start crying right now. I'm a very good actor, so I could fill my eyes up with water. Not that I'm actually crying or anything. What the heck? No, but he did do the little 4 thing. Then he did the thing, and I'm just there like, man, like you deserve to be starting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Inter fans or whatever. Mkhitaryan's doing well.
Chalalunga
is doing whatever.
You're gonna ride them, man. They're doing too good.
Fratesi is actually like, there's no words to describe what he could be, man. Like, that's a guy that honestly, one good year in the Serie A on a proven team like Inter, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Premier League team go after him for like 100 million. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he will be that guy because, man, his finesse is great. His work ethic is fantastic. His passion, everything about him is screaming like he's ready for every step.
And he's like,
you know what I mean? Like,
he's like a 10 to like 12 goal a season midfielder.
Yeah, at a minimum. At a minimum. That's not starting him every game. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, that's rotating him out. Like, he already has 1 goal, and that's from a bench appearance.
Yeah.
Now, imagine you get this guy starting again. Like, I'm sorry, with a team like Inter that's good and dominates, that guy easily. I would honestly look at you and say 15 goals.
Yeah.
15 goals with 10 assists. Yeah. He's fucked. He's unreal. He's an improved version of Bonello.
Now, should we talk about the other side of Milan?
No, because all we're going to say about Milan, not respectfully, is Leao. Wait.
Al.
Al. Leao.
Wait, hold on. You even on the other Leao.
Oh, wait, Al. There's this guy they actually have. I don't know if you've heard of him. He plays on left wing. He's Portuguese. Kind of looks like Speed.
Ronaldo?
Leao.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if we were talking about there.
Yeah. Not Rui Costa. Leao.
No, like
it's Leao. Yeah. I feel like I'm making an animal noise.
Not take away, like, dude, he's disgusting.
Oh yeah, easily.
He is, and you see, and like it scares me even more because every year, for the last 3 years, he's been very dominant and just so amazing. But every year you still see him getting better.
Yeah.
And it's fucking scary.
It's actually fucked.
Because you don't know where his ceiling is.
If he actually, like, the one thing, I feel like every episode we harp on this. And it'll until he fucking listens to our podcast, I will keep saying it. Know. Your dad says it best. He could be one of the best in the world if he remained consistent and he wasn't so fucking lazy.
But not even that consistent. He can play whenever he wants, man. The guy's just some of those games last year where it was like, Leao's not doing anything. He was just walking.
He just turns it on.
He got the ball, and I was like, he would just sprint up and then lose it, and he's like, whatever. Like, he just didn't care. And then those games where he needed to win, you saw him going full on. You saw what he can really do.
Dude, the international break when he literally decided for no reason to cook. No, sorry, not the international break. I lied. This was Milan against Inter when they got railed 5-0. Anyways,
5-1.
5-1. Sorry, whatever. When he literally put the whole team on skates. And then he went for something fancy, like some weird unorthodox.
No, that was in Champions League. That was against Newcastle.
I'm just remembering stripes right now.
No, black stripes. That was against because that game there. He went to the whole team. I was like, okay, here. But that's his problem is that he's lazy and that he tries too much sometimes. He'll get through the guys, no problem. But then he keeps trying to go and it's like, hey, dude, you already got past guys. You literally have a shot on net. Who are you trying to go through right now?
Yeah, dude, it's
and
actually fucked.
And he keeps going.
It's actually fucked. How good
if he changed that about him,
that's
man,
a world beater.
He'll be phenomenal.
That's a world beater.
Yes.
And on that note,
I was gonna say,
worlds.
I think that is all for today. We've covered a lot, and I feel like the kind of Serie A got us heated a little bit at the end, and we need to take a break.
If you actually put your ear to a cup in your house, you could hear the ocean.
Yeah, you can't hear our episode though, but you can hear the ocean. You can only hear our episode on Spotify.
And
so, guys, on that note,
and YouTube.
Yes, but don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at UltrasXI. Yeah. Like I said before, don't forget to check out our Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much all podcasting bases. It's on. I don't know what I forgot the word I was going to use, but I'm going to say platforms. Wow, bases, same thing, same, but different. Same, but different. Don't forget to check it out. Aus. What was I trying to say there? Don't forget to check us out on there. And
see you later, guys. Have a lovely evening, day,
ciao.
week. Love you.
Too much talking.
I